Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first episode of A Forks and Spoon. I'm Ron, and sitting next to me, or actually more like 1,000 miles away from me, is Mr. Pavin.
Yo.
So we're here today just to talk about a little few things. Nothing too complicated or anything. We just thought this might be a good idea since we really have nothing better else to do. Especially me. Actually, more me, if anything. And just recently, Pavin, I've been looking through all of my Instagram feeds and shit, and a lot of our friends in high school that we used to know are graduating college right now. It's pretty crazy.
Damn. Okay, is this the time of the year where we were supposed to graduate college? Assuming we actually fulfilled the dreams we had when we were 5.
We were 5.
I don't know. When did you start having dreams?
Well, honestly, to be fucking honest, I've always wanted to be a teacher, but that was only late into my high school experience, I guess. But unlike anybody else graduating now, I really have no idea how they're going to be chasing their dreams. But do you have any like funny stories back in high school you want to share with us? Or
High school funny stories. I don't know, man. Like, high school was really one of those weird things where
do you
you
miss
had
it?
a lot of.
Do
Do
you
I
miss high
miss
school?
it? That's an
Yeah.
interesting question. I miss the activities, honestly.
What kind of activities? Like with your
I
friends, school, sports?
no.
Like what?
Yeah. So, like, I hate to say this, but I'm a fan of drama, whether it concerns me or not. I like
Okay.
watching it. I like maybe sometimes even causing it if nothing else fun is going on. And there was a lot of that in high school. Everywhere you turn, people breaking up with each other, people fighting over some kind of toy or whatever, and like people separating into groups based on their financial status or their hobbies, and they go into just like high school
Wait,
wars between each
financial
other.
status?
Yeah, like sometimes you have the richie riches hanging out with the richie riches, then you got the slums hanging out with
Okay.
the slums. You know what I mean?
Holy shit. Okay. Maybe I never had that kind of experience, but
You were
um,
part of the slums if you didn't know.
blatantly insulting me. All right, I like it. But
Hey, but I found you, so we're good now.
you found me. Shit. Goddamn. All
Sort
right.
of found you.
Um. But thinking about it now, right? All those dramas that you just mentioned, or any high school drama that you think about, like just thinking about it now, it really doesn't fucking matter today, right?
It it doesn't matter in the sense, but I feel like it does matter because those are the memories we have and the friends that I had around the time, right? And if those dramas never happened, I could either still be friends with them today or not friends with them at all. Uh, and I really feel like those dramas made an impact. And honestly, a lot of those dramas were, some of them really hurt me.
Would you
When I
say?
think about
Would you
them
say
today,
you
it's
learned
really
a lot?
fucking funny. Would I say I learned a lot about the drama?
No, like just like, sorry. Would you say you
Bless you.
learned a lot? I guess yeah, through drama that you still carry out today in your current lifestyle. Cause I think like me personally, I've done a lot of dumb shit, to where I really think that I really didn't learn anything, only just to stop doing dumb shit. I've never really taken any kind of problem or conflict into real world considerations in my
Man,
lifestyle choices.
if I can speak personally, yes, you did, dude.
Like what? Because I
Okay,
feel
so
like I
like,
don't.
I was a little bit kidding about the slum thing, but like, you were not the best, you know, student academically.
Yeah.
You didn't look like you had the brightest future at the time, right?
Okay.
And because of the people you met, because of experiences you had, you decided to get a job in high school. You found something that you liked doing. You even tried other jobs and you decided not to go back to certain jobs because you didn't like that. And all that started because of the influence you had with the people around you in high school. You probably
Okay.
have a preferred thing that you want to do today or like a career. You've chosen some things over the other, even the ones that you tried because of your experiences. So whether you learn it from your teachers or your peers, you definitely learned and changed something about yourself based on your experience in high school. I'm sure of that.
Interesting. Yeah, subconsciously, I guess you're right. It's
Yeah, I
really
mean, it's
unfair
very
for me to
hard to
say.
talk about you from like your own perspective, but I'm not saying I know everything about you, but I did meet you mid high school, and I did see a
Late high
drastic
school.
change. Late high school, sure, yeah, I did see a
Yeah.
drastic change from then and now, in terms of responsibility.
But
You know,
don't you
just
think
being an adult.
that's don't you think that's just maybe just be growing up naturally?
No,
Do you
no
think?
bullshit. We have people who are as old as us who are as dumb as shit in terms of not, academically, but just like you would think the way they act and everything, it's so immature, so mentally deprived that you just probably think they're 5
Yeah,
years
but my
old in their
question
brain.
was, yeah, but my question, do you okay? So do you think, all of my upbringing was because of the circumstances that I went through in high school, or I just because that was my question. I just didn't naturally grow up to be somebody that I was totally different from back then. If you know what I mean?
I think as high school students, our entire social life was high school, especially in the places that we grew up, in this small island.
Okay.
And maybe in most cases, it's not just your high school life that makes you who you are today, but I think in our specific case, because that was our social life, there was no outside stuff, outside, issues coming in. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
believe high school entirely made you who you are today.
Okay, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you? Is there any like great valuable lessons you've learned while you were out and about in high
When you
school?
want to cause drama, make
Mm-hmm.
sure you know when to stop.
What do you mean?
So there was a time in high school, right? Like I was really, really bored and I told a big lie just to get, some reactions out of my certain friends or people,
Holy
right?
shit! Okay, yeah.
And
Just because you were bored.
it's because I was bored. Yeah, and I got a
Okay.
couple friends to go in on it too, and it was like maybe today I wouldn't find it funny, but at the time I found it fucking hilarious, dude. Like when I said it, and I'm like, oh shit, this is funny. The reactions are funny, and maybe today I might still do the same thing, but today, because of what I learned, I'll stop that lie after 10 minutes in, maybe. But back in high school, I let that go on for like over an hour until things got shitty, bloody serious. Before I'm like, oh yeah, guys, I forgot to mention I was fucking kidding. So like, put the gun down.
Damn. That's a
Yeah.
really it's a really that's a really
Well, I mean, you know me, Ron. Like, I exaggerate a lot of things just for the sake of comedy.
yeah,
I
exactly. Yeah.
I put comedy in a really high pedestal. Maybe most people not might think I'm funny, but I
But
think I'm fucking golden. And
it,
like, hmm?
it's just surprising to me that if even if you did these kind of shenanigans, right, people still stuck by you. Just goes to show like how how many people liked you, right? If you just did these kind of things.
Maybe I'm just good at kissing ass afterwards. I really don't have an answer as to why that happens. I don't know what it means,
Because if it
but
was my
if it was your group, then
group of friends before, I don't know how that would ever play out. Like I'm just so curious.
why don't you call one right now and ask?
Well, I don't want to.
I mean, right, for another episode then.
Is there anybody else you still keep in contact with, or
No,
anybody
you know
you
what? Like, there was a couple people. I mean, yeah, sure, I keep in contact with a bunch of people, but no one that I talk to every day or feel like talking to. Like, I just don't care what their lives are on about. I really just don't give a fuck. But they're nice to catch up sometimes. There was
I see, I see.
there was a couple two individuals that I would have loved to keep talking to. Like I love talking to you, right? And these other two people I would have loved to keep in contact with because they're good guys. They're my friends. But because they assumed bad of me for something that I had no control of, they completely shunned me out of their lives. And yeah, what are you gonna do?
Since that was like what almost fucking 5 years ago, right? I wonder how would it be like if we just brought it up to them right now, or you specifically, just call
Which
them
one,
up
the
saying
couple
like
or the other two people?
the other two people that don't like you anymore.
Yeah, so the other two people did try to contact me again, and
Okay.
it was nice. They started catching up a little bit, and then they brought up the topic. Like, are you still hanging out with them? I'm like, yeah, of course. They're my good friends. Like, they're probably some of the only people I still keep in contact with. And they're like, wow, fuck you, man. You're an asshole. I thought after all this time you would have learned. I'm like,
Really?
learned what? I mean, like you, at least they stayed. You disappeared. And you have the audacity, to come in here and
But
start.
I mean, he might have his reasons, right? Obviously, it's all
The
up
reason to
for
be upset with
personal.
them, I get it, but the reason to be upset with me is a little weird. I can't see the logic in it.
Maybe he has his reasons, or she has his reasons. So. No,
Maybe
because I'm
they
trying to
have
be
their
the devil.
reasons. Yeah,
I'm trying to be the devil's advocate here because actually this was probably not in high school, but a little bit after high school.
it was. It
Um,
was. But I think in correlations, these are high
not
school friends.
my
They were high school
experience.
sweethearts. Uh huh.
Yeah, my
Ah,
experience. One
right,
one
right.
thing that I really learned a lot, but this was after high school. But honestly,
Mm.
since it was fresh out of high school, it's almost intertwined in my memory. But anyways, I was bunking with this one guy, and honestly, he was a really good dude. He might be troublesome at times, but I really appreciated his company, and you might know him too. Oh, we both liked him a lot, like honestly, and
Oh yeah, he sounds like a great
I
guy.
think I think this is where I kind of learned where I think I still have this problem today, but I only noticed it after an incident with this individual where I would get my emotions the better of me sometimes, and I would say not so good things to people just depending on how I feel, and especially if I don't like that person and what he did.
So you think that you couldn't control your emotions to the point where you would say things you don't really mean because you're upset?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think that's a
And
problem you have today?
not as severe as before, I would say.
Or
Or
why do you
maybe
think that is?
because if it because I think when it comes to maybe you or our two other close friends, I would say a lot of things that might be like uncalled for sometimes still, but I think it was
I
more prevalent back then. You don't think so?
No, no, I was just about to agree with you. Back then, um, there were a couple circumstances where you did catch me off guard with the things you say based on how you feel, and it's not just like emotion on its own. It was just because you didn't get enough sleep and you're a cranky motherfucker,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
you said some pretty fucked up shit. But
Mm.
not one time did you ever say those things and not reflect on it later, whether it took a day or a week. You
Yeah, because
reflected back on it, right? And like you realize what you said was probably not the best thing to have been said. And as of recent, or the past couple of years, ever since after high school, I suppose, I don't think you've done that in my eyes. No, so I do see like a progression there. But my question is, why do you think the progression is there?
because I really felt bad. That's the first time I really felt bad. Maybe I do still feel bad when I do it sometimes. Unknowingly, of course, because I still have that habit. But at least now I know that when I do it, it's fucking terrible. You know.
I mean, yeah, I guess I see where you're coming from, but I wouldn't say it's completely terrible. Sometimes people need to hear the dirty shit.
Yeah, but like I feel like I do it when it's unnecessary. I don't have to do it.
No, I see where you're coming from. That makes sense. Like I said, I haven't seen that in a long time, and that's good on you. That really is good on you because there was a time where you pissed off quite a few people with that attitude, honestly.
Yeah.
But it's good, and because of those experiences, we learned from it and we made ourselves better, whether on purpose or just because we felt bad and we're like, I don't like feeling this way, so I'm gonna stop doing the thing that hurts me. Isn't that something like our bodies are designed to do, to stop doing the things that hurt us?
I guess so. But for me though, like if I think it logically, I think the reason why I did that was because I want to make sure that you know how I feel. You know what I mean? So
That doesn't make sense to me, because, like,
yeah, I know. It's kind of weird to say because that one incident with that person I had a falling out with, and I really wish I can, get close to him again,
reconcile, yeah.
reconcile our situation, but probably won't since he fucking I don't talk to him anymore. But because he did something, I think I don't know. It's either he did something or I did something or somebody did something to me that I didn't like, and I just wanted him to know me being selfish at the time, I just maybe wanted him to know how I felt, even though it didn't concern him. You know what I mean?
All right.
It's fucking weird.
Real talk though, like I agree you have done this and it hurt some people or made them upset or whatever. Me, it was one of them, right? Like you've hurt me by doing the same thing. But I know the particular story you're talking about. I know the particular dude you're talking about. And honestly, I love the guy. But he kind of had it coming, I believe. Because, you know, I don't exactly know what was the driving point that made you so mad. I know a little bit of the details, and some of those details was a reoccurring thing with this dude. And I guess at some point he has to realize that the thing that he was reoccurringly doing was not okay. Like, I had similar stories with the dude. I snapped at him and told him how I really felt. I didn't feel bad about it afterwards because I knew it needed to be said. Now, this might sound a little bit like exactly what happened to you, but this guy, right? He would do something to annoy me or annoy one of my friends or annoy someone in our group of social circle or whatever. And when that person says, "Hey, that bothered me. What you did pissed me off," this dude would literally be like, "Fine, never talk to me again," and storm off. Like he would just start walking away from whatever event we're doing as if he was in the right in the entire time, and he just won't talk to you for 3 months because he was upset that you were upset at something he did that was technically really fucked up. The dude one time put a firecracker in between someone's legs and it popped, and the dude was fucking... That was you!
When you said firecracker, between the legs. Oh shit, I might fucking relate to this guy. Holy shit.
Yeah, I think that was you. That was at my New Year's party, I think.
But to be
you
fair,
told him,
though,
"Hey, don't do that," and he did that, you know, and like you said, "What the fuck?" And then he got mad because you got mad, when technically you had a reason to get upset.
See, this is where I'll try to be the devil's advocate because I only started thinking about this when you told me far later in the future that you just didn't like the idea of me bringing my friends to your place. My ghetto friends or my old friends, not my ghetto friends. Holy shit!
Okay, let's not say ghetto. Oh damn.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut that off. My old friends, my old friend group. But anyways, and I'm pretty sure you voiced your opinion about me bringing my own friends to your group of friends to your friends. You know what I mean? So maybe didn't he have the idea like, oh fuck this guy, I'm gonna fuck with him a little bit. You know?
Okay. That's a little bit of a different topic, and now you're gonna make me talk about that real quick.
Okay.
Is that what you believe that I was upset about? That you brought your friends? Is that what you think?
I don't think you're. I don't think you were upset.
I was upset. I was upset.
Okay, you were upset. Okay.
But do you think the reason I would have been upset is because you brought your friends over to my party?
Yes, because that's what you said, or that's what I remember.
I don't think that's what I said. Maybe I didn't explain myself properly. But your friends brought their friends, and their friends brought their friends, and within minutes, I had like 20 people in my house for a small gathering. 20 of them I didn't even fucking know. I think that would upset anyone, you know. You invite a couple friends over, like 3 or 4, fuck it, you know. But those 4 brought 5, and those 5 brought 2 each, you know. It was a pyramid scheme. I had a pyramid scheme in my own house. Holy shit, I had a pyramid scheme. But that's what bothered me, you know. I'm down to like talk to your friends, even if I didn't like them. I don't know, but 20 people that I don't know coming into my personal space, man. Like, I think that's gonna upset anyone.
Okay, you were upset. Okay, I'm sorry you're upset. I'm maybe 4 years or 5 years, 6 years too late, right?
You were upset, like how you were 4 years too late when you got me arrested, right? Go on.
but that's a story for another time. But did that person that threw the firecracker between my legs, did he knew about your disappointment or your anger towards that situation?
No. You see, because you were really, really close to me. And I felt bad if I were to make it a big deal out of it. Because I don't know if you remember, but I didn't tell you till the next day that I didn't like what you did.
Oh, okay.
You know? Because I did not want to ruin it. I was bothered by it, but I didn't call anyone out. I didn't even tell you. I didn't tell anyone. So if you think he did what he did because of that, no, he did what he did because he's an asshole.
Okay, so he just did it because it was funny.
Yeah, and I do think it's funny. You were like... It was great, but like,
so what do you want me to do about it? Fucking just stand there? It's like, hey, fucking, that's funny, bro. Fucking keep throwing firecracker under my crotch.
it's kind of hot. But like, I understand your reaction to it. You know, I do admit that I did find it funny. I'm an asshole too. I wouldn't have done it because that's dangerous. Um,
But it's funny. It's
but
fucking
it's funny,
funny.
yeah. Like if someone were to record that and you show me a video, I'd be laughing. Um, and when it
Uh,
happened to you, I wanted to laugh until I saw you react, and I'm like, oh, it's not funny. Okay, I guess it's not funny.
oh, okay. I thought the reaction was funny. That
No, no,
reaction was funny.
no.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. The initial reaction of getting scared was funny.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But your anger afterwards was like, oh, he didn't find it funny. Why would he? What the fuck? Somebody's just trying to
dangerous,
pick out his
man.
legs. Yeah, it's
Fucking
dangerous.
in my dick.
I mean, your dick's not that big, bro, but I don't think that was in any way in any danger. I've seen your dick. I've touched it a few times. We can tell that story later on, too.
Okay. So fucking I was gonna say something, but I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of people that I still know that are back where you're from, right? Our hometown. Back
Yeah.
where we're from. And I
still
definitely
here, is what
do.
you're trying to say?
Yeah, a lot of them are still there, and I really wish that I can still keep in contact with them. But fucking, I'm a lazy motherfucker, bro. And
What does
if
laziness have to do with it?
because as dickish as it may sound, they at one point in time took the initiative to message me when I was back there to visit a little bit, but I never got to hang out with them because either one, I didn't want to at the time, or I was hanging
Pretty
out
sure
with you.
every time you visit, you were stuck with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which is heavily appreciated, right? Like I was so excited when you came, and I guess if you chose to hang out with somebody else, I would have felt a little butthurt,
Really?
I mean, you were
it's
there
just
for
like-
3
it's like an-
days.
Oh,
You were
okay.
there for
Was
3
3
days.
days? Was it 3 days only?
3 or 4 days, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But
So
yeah,
with
I
that
think just
limited
because of that
time-
habit. But maybe just because of that habit, I'm starting to feel like I'm losing in touch with a lot of people that I really, really like at the time, and maybe even still today, because I think a lot of them did change. Going through like my fucking Facebook feed, Instagram, and shit like that. These people, they're fucking balling, not balling, but in terms of how maybe
They're doing
living
good for
their life. I'm not
themselves, is
sure if
what you're
that's
trying to say.
facade,
They're
but
doing
yeah, they're
good
doing
for
really good for
themselves.
themselves, and I really want to catch up with these guys. Just drink a beer, maybe get drunk a little bit, get high. I'm just kidding, not the high part, but
You sure?
fucking maybe, I don't know. Anyways,
We'll see.
we'll see. Yeah, and I just really
Yes.
feel bad. Anyways, what?
Nah, I don't know what I was gonna go. You go on?
And there's also, there's a bunch of people too that are moving out to the States side, and it's kind of sad to see. I'm happy for them though, but it's kind of sad to see that a lot of people that are leaving our hometown, including me, which is kind of weird, but it is a special place, I think. Maybe it doesn't have a future, who knows, but it is sad to think that a lot of people are leaving to start, I guess, quote unquote, a better life. I don't know.
Well, that's the magic of this place, I think. Like there are certain people who stay and continue to work here and support the dying economy or the very, very massively fluctuating economy that we have here. And there are some who take the education and the free spirit they got from here and took it elsewhere. So I traveled a lot, right? Like I've been through a few places and stuff. And Saipan has always had that magic for me where I do not think that I'm Indian. I do not think that I'm Chamorro. I do not think I'm any of these blood things. I think I'm all of them, really. We have such a mixed diversity here. We learn to accept everybody. And when I say learn, I don't mean it was taught to us. I mean, like, we had no other choice because literally everyone's from everywhere. And, because nowadays, right, you have this problem in the world with racism and diversity and people not liking people of different kinds or types and species or, well, species, but yeah, I don't know. But over here, I feel like we don't have that problem, right? It's not that big over here, especially our generation and hopefully the next generation to come. And it's just the
Like you're
magic that we learned here. And the people who leave this place and bring that magic elsewhere, it's like spreading some kind of love and joy. I think from the base of what I'm trying to say, I've never felt so much love, even if not just for me. I just felt the love around towards other people. I've never felt that more than this island. Like even if it wasn't to me, just watching people and seeing how they talk to each other, seeing family gatherings, seeing like friends getting together or big parties or big get-togethers at the beach, having fun with strangers and stuff like that. You don't see that kind of magic elsewhere. Where like outside, it's like it's a one of a kind thing, but over here, it's on the daily. And there's a lot to love over here. I want to get out too, I do, but it is home, and I'm never gonna trash this place. I don't think anyone should.
wow, I'm gonna cry, man. Okay.
Do it, pussy.
Oh. So
Okay. So in high school, did they teach you how to cry? Because that wasn't it.
did you cry? I did take theater. What was theater? What do we call theater?
Drama.
Drama? They just called it drama class?
Yeah.
Oh man, what was his name again? But I did take drama. I really felt not really bad because he didn't really give a shit for for the students who weren't listening in his lectures, but he was a pretty decent like teacher if you were trying to listen to the lectures of about theater. Was it theater? Like the subject he was
Drama.
teaching? Drama? What's the difference between drama and
Like,
theater?
nothing. It's just that in our schedules, it was called drama. He did
Okay.
have theater where he taught thespian and all that stuff and hosted plays and shit like that. But our
So
class was called drama.
okay, because I did. I'm not sure if I remember it correctly, but I did vaguely remember trying to learn like techniques or even singing too. I think the fuck choir.
That's show
Is it
choir.
choir? That's show choir. Is that something else?
Yeah. That's a different class. Same teacher though.
Same teacher. Okay, maybe I fucking did choir, not drama. So okay, it wasn't drama because I remember him as teaching drama for some reason. But anyways, um, he did give like pretty fucking helpful advice, I guess, in terms of fucking
Singing.
improving your voice and shit. Yeah, in terms of singing. And the funny thing is, he really didn't give a shit to the students who didn't care about his class, which I thought it was pretty cool. But that's all I wanted to say. I just thought it was a pretty cool teacher. Did you like any teachers specifically? In any part at any point of time in your high school life, from freshman
Mm,
to senior?
hmm. Did I like any teacher specifically from high school?
Or okay, let's start with elementary school. Any teachers you like back in
Can I go
elementary school?
back to your little comment about how you thought he was a good teacher, the person who taught you show choir and drama, quote unquote.
Oh,
You
okay,
said
yeah.
like you
Go
thought
ahead.
he was a pretty decent teacher.
In terms of
I'm
teaching,
not
is okay.
I'm not sure if it was just a different time because obviously we didn't take the class at the same time,
Mhm.
but he did not give our class the time of day.
Really?
I understand why. Like he was busy. He was the one hosting all the plays and all that stuff. He's prepping people for NFL and thespian and all that stuff. So he knew what he was talking about. I suppose. Like
Explain
he's
to the
been doing it
people
for.
what thespian is. Lesbian.
People know what thespian is. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
lesbian. Explain to me what it is, because I have no idea what the fuck that is.
Thespian.
Yeah, what is that? What is that? What's thespian?
Do you know what NFL is? Natural Forensic League.
NFL, Natural Football League? Yeah.
No, no. Natural Forensics League.
Holy fuck. Was I that stupid? I have no idea what that is.
So thespian is basically I mean, it's basically drama or theater, but like the schools, I don't know if you knew this, but there was competitions that go on and on for high school students called thespian, and you would prepare like a certain performance depending on what topic you chose, whether it was like or impromptu or duets or just monologues and stuff like that. And you would participate in this competition that goes on between island wide, right? And top winners would go to Commonwealth wide, and in the end you would go to the statewide, and then countrywide,
Like
nationwide,
nationals, like that.
regionals,
Okay.
and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we had, and that's what we did. There was a younger there was another term for it when we were in a younger grade level. I joined a few of them. I joined NFL and I joined PGFC, which is
Mm-hmm.
basically the same thing but for different grade levels, different age groups, and stuff like that. Um, but anyway, he was in charge, right? He was hosting these things. He was helping people out with their performances. He was letting people sign up, and he was working through this together. So he was a really busy man. So
Mm-hmm.
when I took both show choir and drama, right, because all the other electives filled up, and much like you, I'm a lazy motherfucker, and I didn't sign up quick enough for classes that I actually wanted to take.
Mm-hmm.
Not that there was any classes I want. Wow, I really hated school. Anyway, um, in these classes, I had an interest in drama. Sure, I didn't really care much for show choir, but this teacher would come in, tell you a couple things, maybe talk about his life a little bit, then said, "Okay, I'll be right back." He comes back 5 minutes before the bell rings, and that wasn't a day. That wasn't a 1 day thing. That wasn't
Oh
a 2 day
shit.
thing. That was
Actually,
almost on a daily basis.
actually, since you do say that, I do remember those kind of scenarios. Holy shit.
Yeah, well, he did
But
it pretty fucking often.
I really, maybe it's just me, but I do vaguely remember him sometimes just just fucking teaching, and they were pretty good. I don't know. And I remember this because the one of my friends that I used to take that class with, we would always we would always like yell and complain, not yell, but we would complain about like, oh fucking he's here, blah blah blah, he's gonna be teaching and shit like that, you know. Where we
Yeah,
liked it
yeah.
when he
I
was
see.
out
You liked it when
instead
he
because
wasn't
we
there.
had free time. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, you had no future. But anyway, I did participate in these thespian events and NFL and stuff. So yeah, I did see him as an actual teacher, as an actual instructor. He was very good at what he does, right?
Mm.
And I think the school administration put too much load on him, really, giving him that to be in charge of, and having school plays that he was supposed to be in charge of, that, and then additional 2 classes, show choir and drama, 2 periods a day for like 40 students each. That was crazy. And the reason I say 40, which is above average for Saipan classes, was because those are the 2 classes that you have like 5% of the people who wanted to take that class, and 95% of the people who couldn't get another class because it was all full. So they got tossed in there. So he was
That's true.
forced to
Yeah.
teach something that he was passionate about to things that these students didn't give a fuck about. It's not like math. It's not a necessity,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So you want to inspire the things that you're passionate about to something that these students are passionate about. And if you're have no interest in drama or singing whatsoever, then that makes the teacher bored too. Like, what is he gonna teach you if you don't want to learn it? He knows you don't need it. It's for people who want it.
Am I giving him too much credit right now? What the fuck?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think you're
remember
giving
it
him a
like
bit
that.
too much credit. Like, I
Holy
don't think it's
shit.
his fault. I really don't think it's his fault at all. But that was the experience I had in my classes, and I'm sure from all the 40 people that was in my classes too.
Holy fuck.
The most he
Okay.
has ever told me in show choir, like, "Hey, you're a tenor." I'm like, "Yeah, you're a fiver." I didn't know tenor was a type of singing. I had no idea. And in drama class, he was like, he applauded me one time. I thought it was really cool. He had everybody walk through an imaginary door, and everyone did it. He just said, "Wrong, wrong, wrong," and I did it, and he was like, "Perfect." And I'm like, "What'd I do?"
See, okay, that's what I remember too. Like those type of, I think, small experiences.
Yeah, but
guess
I
those
took the
stuck
class for
to
an
you.
entire semester. That was 1 day. After that, I never
That
saw
was,
him again.
that was 1 day, you said?
Yeah, that was 1 day.
What the fuck?
And then I never really saw him after that.
Okay.
Um,
Okay,
well,
then
there
how
was-
about your favorite class then? Sorry, I want to stop talking about this guy.
he was a good guy.
He's a good guy, but just fucking fuck that guy.
My favorite class has to be, like, believe it or not, drama and show choir.
Fucking serious?
No, it wasn't. I just
Okay.
thought it was gonna be really funny. It was
If you were, I was gonna walk out.
How do you do that? Like with an imaginary door? You should ask the guy. He'll probably help you to know how. Anyway,
Just fucking just bursting through my door, start clapping.
like you start walking out in a really bad acting way, and then you hear in the echo, "Wrong." My favorite class in high school would have to have been advanced placement psychology. More
uh,
so because of the teacher.
oh, okay, okay.
He made things
And
very interesting, and he made us kill a dog once.
fucking, I'll never forget that. Holy, we didn't technically, kill it, did we? No, we didn't.
No, we didn't kill it, but we knew it was gonna die.
Do you think he knew it wasn't dead? I'm pretty sure he knew it wasn't dead, right?
You think he lied to us?
Yeah, not lied to us, but he was like,
So this teacher was like, I was the type. This guy was really nice. He was really helpful when I needed something. He was always there for me, and his classes were really informative too. I love the way he teaches. I love his format and all that stuff. He was a great teacher in my opinion. Um, I had a truck in high school, and he knew this. And he called me over one time. He was like, "What are you doing? You got class?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "Skip it." I'm like, "What's up?" Like, I want you to go to my house, right? I knew where he lives for whatever other reason, and he said, there's a dead dog that's right there in front of my front doorstep. I want you to take it and I don't know, find a way to get rid of it. Whether you're gonna do a burial or give it to animal control or whatever, but it's dead. It's there. I just don't want it on my property. And he wanted me to get rid of it. And I'm like, damn, okay. He said, bring a friend. I'll pay you each $20. And so I called Ron over here. Hey, Ron, want to make $20? Yeah, dude. Let's go get a dead dog. Yeah, okay. Wait, what? That was somewhat of his reaction. We went over there and we saw the dog lying there. We walked over to it, and then Ron was like, "Hey, Pavan." I'm like, "Yeah, that dog's not dead." I'm like, "Yeah, I can fucking see that." And honestly, he looked disgusting. He was definitely sick, and he was puking. We had no idea what to do. We didn't know what kind of diseases the dog had. We didn't want to touch it. It may sound a little inhumane, but we took a large shovel, right? Two of them, and one from each side, and we carefully lifted him up, opened my truck bed,
man,
and put him
can
on.
never forget. Yeah.
Never forget that.
We even made a makeshift ramp too.
Yeah, we made a makeshift ramp.
Yeah.
So like we tried to make him walk towards it, but I
He
guess he
didn't
was
even want to stand up. Yeah.
sick and scared. So we had to carry him, put him in the back of the
Course.
truck.
Dying.
Yeah. So as we were driving, we didn't know where to go. So we called the mayor's off. Oh no. I think Ron kept looking behind the glass, right? The windshield
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
The back shield. And he was like, "Hey, I think the dog just puked." But he said it in such a nonchalant way that I just thought he was fucking with me. And he was like, no, it really fucking puked. And I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, so I pulled over. We looked, and it was puking. I'm like, oh my god. So we called the mayor's office, and then they came over with some dog cages and stuff. We're like, what you gonna do with it? It's like, oh, we're gonna kill it. I'm like,
Euthanize it.
he
Not
said kill it.
he
I'm
say
pretty
kill
sure
it?
they said kill, yeah.
Fuck
He
it.
said, we gotta kill it. We gotta put it down. What are we gonna do? I'm like,
That's true.
oh, I don't know how these things work. Don't you like change its batteries or something? I don't know.
It goes to doggy heaven.
Yeah, it goes to doggy heaven. Apparently, you can't change a dog's batteries. But yeah, that was. It's funny. I talk about how this
That
guy's
was-
my favorite teacher, and then I tell the story. That doesn't really add up.
But definitely that was one of the most memorable parts. I mean, it's not like you hate him after that. What the fuck? Did
Oh
you?
no, not at all. But like,
Yeah.
it's such a weird story.
Eh.
How
So
many
I do
teachers
have-
ask their students to go to their house and get rid of a living thing? You know?
Shit, are you sure we should be saying this? Or they won't know who fucking teacher is it, right?
Yeah,
Well,
I don't think they
you
even
just said
know
the
it's a dog.
subject though. Oh, okay. Well,
Wow, we had so many. We had a. You can blur
you
it
said the
out.
specific. You said the specific topic. I'm pretty sure fucking the school council wouldn't like their teachers knowing they're fucking making kids pick up dogs
I think
or
you're
dog shit.
assuming that we're gonna get school councils watching our show.
Yeah, that's true. But you might never know.
We'll
But
be
anyways,
lucky if I
do
even
have
get my
another,
mom to watch the show. Go on.
pretty funny story too. It
From
was
high
like,
school?
oh fuck, I just poked my eye. Yeah, from high school. It's a pretty funny story. It's actually when I first got drunk, and I actually want to know your first story when you got drunk. Do you remember or no?
Yeah, but I was in junior. Yeah. Okay. Go on.
Okay, so it's not really my first time getting drunk, but first time getting so fucking drunk, I really do not remember anything about it. the night before. So it was actually, I think it was my birthday. I think I was a sophomore or freshman. I'm not sure, but fucking we had like a mix full of drinks. Fucking gin, Emperador, cheap McCormick vodka. Holy fuck, I'm not sure if you remember that, but that shit was terrible.
I mean, the moment you said Imperator, I just heard cheap. But go on.
Did I cut off?
No.
Oh, okay. But yeah, all these cheap vodkas and even I think even cheap weed. But at the time I didn't smoke weed. But apparently I got so fucking drunk I did smoke weed and I passed out. And I wish I can still have these pictures. I wish I still had these pictures. But apparently I passed out head down on a picnic table.
Uh-huh.
Fucking just vomited all over myself. From my face to my feet basically, and I woke up I think like 3 hours later. I'm wet, smelling like vomit and shit. Apparently what they did was they took one of those is that a 5 gallon? No, like an 8 gallon buckets they sell at Ace Hardware, where they mix fucking paint and shit. But anyways, they took one of those and just poured a shit ton of water on me, and apparently I fell and hit my head on the ground or some shit like that.
Did you die? I mean, like, did you die?
I think that was the closest I've been to dying.
Yeah.
So
damn. Was that in high school?
This was in high school. Yeah. Did I ever tell you the story or no?
No, you didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
What the
pretty
fuck?
Sure pretty sure my psychology teacher knew he would had me go over there to that bench and clean up the living thing that's over there.
Holy shit. But yeah, that was so fucking. How about you? When's the first time you got like piss
I don't
drunk?
know about the first time I got drunk, right? But like, I do remember my first hangover, which is probably the first time I got drunk. Can you get a hangover without being drunk? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
But that was in 8th grade. I don't know who I was drinking with, but I had a few beers and some Imperador. And I don't remember the night, but the next day I knew that I had class. 8th grade. And I was just in such a bad mood. I had this massive headache, and this teacher, I'm gonna call him Mr. L. Mr. L was he just knew. Like, he fucking knew, and he tortured me for it. Like, when we went downstairs and he saw me puking and lying on the couch for physical education, he would just come at me and whistle really, really hard with his whistle, his actual whistle. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? And he's like, well, that's why you don't drink. I'm like, how did you know I didn't drink? What the fuck? He's like, I know, I've been there too. That was one of my first memories of having a hangover. He just fucking knew, like, just because of the way I was acting and my pain in my head and the vomiting. What if I was sick and dying? He was like, nah, you drank. What if I was sick or dying?
Do you actually get headaches when you're hungover? For you?
Just that time.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I've never had a hangover after that ever in my entire life, or like a
Really?
headache hangover. It's been
yeah.
diarrhea. That's about it. But I've never had pain.
Okay, the
I've
diarrhea.
never felt groggy. I've
I
never
think
felt
the diarrhea
tired.
is normal.
But you know how
'Cause-
some people, they drink the night before, they drink so much the next morning, they're like, oh no, I'm hungover, I don't feel like drinking anymore. I'm down. Like, it doesn't bother me. The smell of alcohol
Really,
doesn't
like
bother
nausea.
me.
You don't get
No,
nausea?
it doesn't. Yeah, I feel fine.
Damn.
Like, I'll probably go to the restroom a lot and take a lot of poopies, but like, I'm pretty fine.
Yeah, for me, it's actually I call it hangover shits, where my shits are always watery and wet.
Do you
And
have
the
a
second
picture
would
for
be-
reference, or?
No, but just think about it as just shit. I guess diluted in water. That's the best way I can describe it, I guess. But it's that and nausea too. Like, I would just keep fucking vomiting. Fuck.
Okay, next time you
And you
come to
never
this,
get
right,
those.
and next time you tell stories to this, I'm gonna need visual representation. Just a fair warning.
All right, I'll make sure. I'll make sure that next time we make another podcast, I'm gonna set a picture right here, right up there. You see it? Right up there.
Right.
I'm gonna put a picture of
Oh, that's gonna get us either banned or views, one or the other. Damn, high school is really fucked.
I loved high school, man. I wish I can go back and just do things differently
Fucked in
sometimes.
a good way. Fucked in a good way.
Yeah, fucked
I
in a
loved
good
a
way,
bunch
yeah.
of the stories. There was damn, I got arrested in high school, I think, because of you.
Fucking enlighten me. But I
No,
already
you
know the
already know
story.
the story. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You're
You
just an
save it for the
asshole.
other time. Hey, like honestly, like in my defense, I have no defense.
No, come on, come on.
Honestly,
Give me your
okay.
defense.
Honestly, okay. Wait, no. In my defense, I'm gonna try to think up with a bullshit defense that might actually make sense. What kind of fucking cop takes? What was I 15 at the time? 14? No, I was 15. Yeah. Take a 15-year-old's advice. No. Can you take a 15-year-old's word of evidence? Can you do that?
Statement.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it calls for probable cause. I mean, the man goes out there. Did you see? Like, hey, man, that guy was on drugs. He was drunk. He was crazy. That guy need to go down. He crazy motherfucker. And like, yeah, they're gonna fucking come for the crazy guy.
Well, I thought that too. I literally have. I literally don't know anybody. I literally don't know anybody that acts that way. Maybe that's why. No, that's not maybe, but
It's
that's
like
maybe
what?
that's
Acts
why.
like what? Tell me, how do I act? I want you
Okay.
to tell me, how do I act? That you know what? Now I'm gonna tell the fucking story. Fuck you. So
Yeah, go ahead.
I
But you
was.
do gotta admit. Okay.
No, you shut the
Are
fuck
you
up.
not
No, you shut
admitting?
the
Are
fuck
you
up. No,
not
I'm not admitting
admitting?
anything. Let me tell my fucking story.
Can I ask first a
No,
question?
no,
Can I ask first a
no,
question?
no. I tell my
Okay.
story, then you can ask your fucking
Okay.
question.
Okay.
I was with a group of friends. No, I did not meet you, Ron. I had no idea who you were except that one guy from my English class. Other than that, I think I've barely spoken 2 words from you because you told me that you did not fucking like or you liked this anime that I didn't like. I don't know. But anyway, I didn't like you. I didn't care for you. You didn't exist in my life. Hanging out with a few friends, we were driving down the hill. I was running out of gas. And then I turned into a gas station. Right before that, there was another blue pickup truck that almost hit this other car. And I'm like, whoa, that's so cool. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. Like that's fucking cool. The guy almost hit that guy, but he missed. I pulled over to the gas station. I go inside. I'm perky. I'm happy. You're sitting over there having a hot dog with your little boyfriend or whatever. And I go pay for my gas. I
Boyfriends.
tell them I saw one dude. Don't whatever. I I think so.
Doesn't matter.
I went to the
Anyways.
gas clerk and I'm like, hey, put this much in that pump. You know, cool. Yeah, you have a nice evening. I think it was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. As I turned
Yeah.
around from the thingy, this elderly couple comes in, starts yelling at me. Are you the owner of that blue truck? And I'm like, yeah. Like, you almost fucking hit me. And I'm like, I did. What car was you driving? And he pointed at her car, and I'm like, no, that wasn't me. That was the other blue truck that
Wait,
passed
can I
by.
stop you real quick?
What?
Is that exactly how the dialogue went?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's basically that. Like, that was the main point.
Like in a nutshell, yeah.
In a nutshell, yeah. It got a little aggressive because she put her fingers on my face, and her finger, you know, with a sharp nail, poked at my nose. Like, she put pressure on my nose and pressed it against my face, and I slapped her hand away from me because it hurt a little bit. You know, it was a little pinch. And I slapped her hand away from me. I was pretty aggressive. I was like, don't fucking touch me. I'm not going to talk to you. You're not going to have a proper conversation with me. I already told you that wasn't my car. I don't know what you want me to fucking do. And she starts threatening me about calling the cops. And then her husband was like, don't you touch my wife like that. I'm like, she laid her fingers on me. I was practically defending myself. I just moved her hand away from my face. And this whole argument started spiraling out. And I walked outside. And then these people started telling these other people who were also in the back of a different truck. And they all started yelling at me. And there was a little bit more action that happened outside where even my friends were thinking that we're gonna get into some massive fist fight or whatever, but things just ended pretty quickly, and we left to the beach, right? I left one friend with the females of the females of the group, you know, nearby the old lady people, and then we said, yeah, fuck this, let's just go to the beach that we were gonna go to. So we had a few cars, we all went to the beach, and I'm standing there in the beach, like, and then the female dude was like, yeah, I heard that
Female
old lady
dude.
calling the cops. You know, she was on the phone with the cops. And in my head, I was like, she was on the phone with the cops? Damn it. Okay, that sucks because now that I know she was on the phone with the cops, it looks like I fled the scene. So I had the beach was a little bit of a walk from the parking lot. I had everyone else go to the beach and I stayed at the parking lot, knowing somehow the cops were gonna come and find me. So I stayed there and I waited for a bit. And the cops did come. Knocked me to the ground, put me in handcuffs, started interrogating me about drugs and all that stuff, and next thing you know, I'm in the slammer. I found out 5 years later from the little boyfriend Ronnie was with that Ron told the cop that I was a menace. I was drunk, I was on drugs, I was high, I was crazy, I was starting shit, and gave an accurate description of me, and then, yeah, that's how they came over and got me, because of his statement. Maybe not his statement alone, but I'm sure his statement had a fucking impact. What's your fucking question?
At the time, I was a pretty dumb kid, right? To be fair. And when somebody storms in a fucking gas station at 1 a.m. in the morning, acting all jittery and fucking, hyper and shit, what am I supposed to think? And I'm sorry. But then again, there was no reason for me to fucking say anything that I had no idea what was going on for.
A guy can't just be happy?
No. There has to be a reason. But think about it, like, you can't just be happy for no reason. That's what I'm kidding. I'm just fucking.
No. You're right. You're onto something. You can't just be happy for no reason. Sure, something happy in your life must have happened for you to be happy. But like, why'd you assume drugs? Why couldn't I fucking just had sex for the very first time 5 minutes prior coming to the gas station?
It was late at night. Literally, no one was there, and everyone was against you.
You were there having a hot dog with your boyfriend at the same fucking time.
Do you think I have any idea what's going on at the time?
Then shut your mouth.
Holy shit.
You could have shut your mouth at that time. You had no idea what was going on.
Maybe I just have. Maybe I was. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. I really don't remember much about that fucking. That event. Only that lady actually pointing her finger really close to your face. That's all I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So you didn't bother to tell the cop that part.
Honestly, I really don't. I wish I had a time machine. I really want to know what happened. I really do. Holy fuck.
I wish I did too. I'll make sure I was sad so nobody accuses me of being on drugs. But yeah, it was really fucked up. Like, we became best friends, and I found out probably 2 years after my friendship that, oh yeah, Ron was the reason that you did that. I'm like, huh, Ron, you son of a bitch.
How did that conversation even happen? With you and that person?
I don't know. We were just talking about high school and talking about shit. And he said I was a wild man, and told me about the gas station thing. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. You were there. And then...
that was also gonna be my question too. Like, wouldn't you agree that you yourself was a wild individual that no one really understood you? Like, because a lot of like I'm sorry to say, but I think a lot of people, especially my friends, maybe not the people I don't know, but a lot of my friends thought you were pretty weird, Did I ever brought this up or told you this? No?
No, my feelings are hurt.
If what? You cut off.
Feelings are hurt.
Your feelings are hurt?
A little bit.
I'm sorry. Well, you're not like that anymore, but you were fucking... You were
not
something,
weird anymore? Now what are you trying to say? I change?
You're still fucking weird, but... You have some self-control? I don't fucking know. Holy shit.
I don't think I was weird. I think
Yeah, you're... Okay, coming from my perspective, a social what?
A social butterfly.
What does that even mean? I'm sorry. I don't see. That's weird. What the fuck's that?
What? You don't know that term? It's a common term.
What is that? Yeah, what is that term? No, enlighten me. I really don't know what that means. I'm not gonna make any typing noise. I don't want to make typing noises. Okay.
Did you hear me type?
No, I didn't.
Then you didn't know. Shut the fuck up. A social butterfly is a slang term for a person who is socially dynamic, successful at networking, charismatic, and personally gregarious.
But you were just weird, bro.
In case you didn't know, gregarious means sociable.
Dude, remember that time? I don't think we were we close at that time?
Yeah, we were.
My friends.
Which time?
One of my friends took a picture of your butt crack, and I felt kind of bad. Like, who the fuck? I'm not sure if I was close to you, but I did vaguely remembering, like, that's pretty fucked up,
Okay, see, your friends call me weird, but your friend is the one that took a picture of another man's butt crack.
Would you do that? That's not funny?
I think it's pretty weird.
I mean, they captioned it and everything. I don't know.
It's either he was weird or he's a social butterfly. You pick one.
He's both. A weird butterfly. I don't know.
He's a weird butterfly. He was a gregarious butterfly. So I'm gonna look up the definition of weird. Suggesting something supernatural.
Oh shit.
A person's destiny. Induce a sense of disbelief or alienation in someone. Calling me an alien?
You were special? Is that over?
How was I weird though? Like actually, how do you figure I was weird? Like why did your friends think I was weird?
I could
What
only
did I
come
do?
off with fucking. See, because honestly, I didn't know you that much either, right? And I just heard you were fucking weird. Maybe the way you act, the way you talk, the way you make jokes. I don't know.
You've never seen the weird of me? Like you never thought I was weird?
I think you're fucking weird. I thought you were fucking weird. Yeah.
Okay, but why? I want to know what
but
did
after
I do
met
that
you,
made
but
you think.
But I understood you.
Well, definitely someone who needs understanding. But what about me made you think that I was weird? Like actual question.
Okay. Let's see. What's a weird? Okay. All right. Fuck. Holy shit. I don't remember a lot about high school. Holy fuck. But I knew you were weird when I first met you. Well, how did we first met again? Fucking. Oh.
You were teaching at this school, and then
okay. Here's one. Who the fuck randomly offers people to hitch a ride? I literally thought that was fucking weird.
You said really? Yes.
Yeah, fucking. What the fuck I have to lose?
You could get killed.
Maybe that was weird too. I was pretty weird too, but not as weird as you. I would never offer somebody I don't know a ride. And like you said before, you didn't really care about me. You just did nice things for people. People aren't generally nice like that. If you do nice things to other people, people would think you're fucking weird. Unless it deals with money.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard.
What? Really?
Dude,
maybe
you
because
were
you grew
right.
up
No,
that way.
listen. We were apparently in the same building, right? For two different reasons. We went to the same building where you working there and I was visiting someone. And when I went downstairs, you left first than me, mind you, because your shift or whatever was over. And I came down 10 minutes later. You were standing under the shade with your bicycle because you couldn't ride your bike in the rain.
I
felt bad. Despite of who you were, you had a bike and you were in the rain. And I knew that.
Or at the school.
I mean, the job was at the school. So.
No, we first met at the school, like in school. Sorry.
Our school?
No, not our school. Not the job school, but like the actual school that we went to.
Our high school.
Yeah.
Sure, we met. Like I knew who you were. We had class together.
Dude, I remember this very, very, very clearly because I'll never forget this moment. I was on my bike, and it was raining. But I was going to the job school that I had to attend. And you offered me.
No.
Yes, bro.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. You were at the job school and you were going home. But you couldn't because it was raining and you were on your bike. Me seeing this guy who I knew I go to school with, right? We had a short minor conversation upstairs in that work school. Like just a brief, oh hey. Like we addressed the fact that we knew each other. I seen you around in school. Okay. I went downstairs.
I don't remember that, by the way.
It was the time we talked about the computer or something.
No. Are you talking about that conversation? Does that add up to you dropping me?
Yes.
No, the fuck no, bro. You first
what do you
offered
mean,
me
no?
to drop. You first offered. I'll never forget this moment, bro. You first offered me to drop me to the work school. Fuck the work.
Why would I do that? I wouldn't even know you worked there. Exactly. I wouldn't know you worked there.
Oh my god, bro.
I'm telling you, I remember it was raining outside the 360 building, which was the work school. And I said, hey, do you need a ride? And you're like, yeah. So you put your bike in the back of the truck, you got in the car, and you gave me directions to your house. And then I told you I was thirsty. You said come inside or whatever. And I just stayed there for a few hours, and we just started talking. And since then, I fell in love with you.
Remember when
No, I don't.
That's gonna be fucking. Remember when I asked you that one time, or if because I did hear you're a huge computer guy, and I was asking you if you knew anybody that has like a 720 RPM 7200 RPM hard drive, and you told me like, oh, what the fuck, this guy knows what he's talking about, or I don't know, normally people don't ask that. That was the first time you dropped me to school. Then we had that conversation about computers. Then you dropped me there.
No,
Fuck,
no,
no, that was
no,
the fucking.
no.
Okay, it wasn't
I
at first.
no,
It's only when you dropped me the second time that I asked you about the hard drive, because that's when I learned that you knew about computers and shit.
No.
Tell me what you know then. Tell me.
What I know is, right, like you've been working at the school, right? And I don't know how many days you've been working there because I don't go to that place every day, right? Mm-hmm. I went there one day to visit Mr. L, and then like I had to fix the computer, and then I was doing that shit. Your job was to assist little babies with their homeworks and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And I was doing I was dusting out this computer, and then you were like hovering behind me, and like I was in my head is like, why is this fucking weirdo standing behind me? And you at some point you asked me about the hard drive. Yes, you're right. I did thought it was pretty interesting that you knew what you were talking about, because people just say, hey, I need a hard drive with this capacity, or like they didn't even say capacity, whatever, just dumb questions. But you were specific on the spec and the tech that you wanted, so it caught me off guard. I'm like, oh, I thought you were like a dumbass. But anyway, I was like, oh no, I don't, or whatever. Yeah, whatever. And you're like, oh, okay. And I think you went back to whatever doing, teaching, whatever you were doing. At some point, you left, right? You finished your shift, and I came after, and I saw you standing there under the shade with your bike.
No.
I remember even the exact spot you were waiting.
No.
Oh my god.
No.
I have proof.
I will never forget this fucking day because you have proof.
I have proof. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna show it to you. You're just gonna take my word for it.
No, I'm not. I'll never forget the reason.
What will you never forget? What will you never forget?
The reason why I will never forget that since that day onward, I will never forget that moment or moments afterwards, is because that's when I kind of woke up. I was being more of an adult, and I think you're remembering it kind of wrong, because I never asked you about the hard drive at the workplace that I worked in, and where you were helping.
Yes, you did. It was in the cafeteria. That's where I was cleaning the PC, and that's where you asked me about the hard drive.
What? No, I asked you the hard drive when you asked me to fucking when you asked me if I needed a ride going to the school.
You're saying that's the first time. Ride. You're saying that's the first time.
Yes,
no,
that was the first.
The only reason you knew that I had an idea about computers is because I was dusting off that computer. You saw me fixing that computer. That's why you had an idea that maybe this guy knows where I can get a hard drive.
I knew you. I knew you knew about computers though.
Why?
Like even before that.
Why?
I don't know. I don't remember that part, but that doesn't matter, because I know 100% that I asked you about the hard drive in the car when you asked me to drop to my work. That's all I know.
So you're saying the first time we ever communicated was at our high school, and I walked up to you and said, hey, do you need a ride to that place you worked that I would have no idea that you worked there?
It was raining. You asked me, hey, where are you going? I was like, oh, I'm going to 360. It's like, oh, I'll drop you there. Okay. Fucking put the bike in the back. You dropped me there. I asked you. Actually, I think you had a lot of techie stuff in your car. And that's when I asked you, like, oh, shit. Do you have like a 7200 RPM hard drive? And you looked at him, like, oh, no, I don't. You dropped me there. Couple days, as time passes, it just so happens that you were already familiar with who I was. So you just offered to drop me anyways. Then that's when you were called in to fix a computer, to dust it off or whatever. And actually, I was in the cafeteria babysitting those kids. And I think you were done with your shit. And that's when you came up to me and we started talking. And that's when you dropped me home and we talked some more at my house. And we talked for 7 or 6 hours and you went home late. That's what I fucking remember. Fuck you. If that's not what it was, then my life was a lie.
If that's exactly what it was, then I need to make a few calls, because I keep telling our origin story all wrong then.
Oh my, it doesn't fucking matter.
Either way, the point is,
That's why I thought you were weird, man.
Because I asked you if you wanted a ride. It was raining, and you were in a bike.
No, I still would. Nobody would fucking do that.
Right, despite whether my scenario is right or your
that.
scenario is right, the point is that you were at some point, whether it's from school to work or work to school, either way, you were in a bike and it was raining. I didn't like the idea that this young man is gonna ride his bike in the rain. That's sad. Okay, whatever.
That's you, man. That's understandable, bro. That's not weird to you, but coming from me, think about it. I thought it was weird because my group of friends would never do that, even though if there was a typhoon.
You had shitty friends.
Don't say that. They were not shitty. The fuck?
They weren't
differences,
shitty,
man.
But I don't believe that they wouldn't have done that.
No, they would. I wouldn't have done that.
What's wrong with you?
My dad wouldn't have done that. My mom.
Why?
My mom would never do that. Fucking, you don't know who I am. Or I don't know anybody I'm picking up. But then again, all your cool stories does come from that kindness in your heart, which I really look up to you for. But even to this day, I would never fucking do that. I think it's weird, Going back to what we were trying to say before, why I thought you were weird, because that was weird. Want another example of you being weird?
I'm scared, but go on.
I don't have an example, no.
Being nice is weird. What the fuck?
It is. It's not normal. Like, see, that's the society we're living in. Like, and this is where I learned it from you, because being
like
nice.
The reason I love this island is because I feel like people are like that.
Some people are like that. Like, surprisingly, a lot of people are like that. That's true, but a lot of people would think that is weird, though.
Being nice be weird, bro. What the fuck? It's like I'm being punished for being a decent person.
Well, not being punished. It's being called weird. I guess it is bad.
I mean, it's not. I'm not taking offense to it, right? But like, what if it wasn't me? Being weird, I can see as being some kind of insult to certain people. It wasn't an insult to me. I don't care what people think. But what if somebody else decided to do a nice thing and people called him weird for it? Like, that's just gonna make that dude feel bad. Probably make him not want to do anything nice ever again. It's so demeaning. Words
that's
hurt
the world
people.
we live in, man. Why do you think a lot of people don't do those kind of pass it on type of shit?
Because they're weird.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Life is weird, bro.
The only reason I'm weird is because I'm nice?
Oh, okay. There's also like I guess the butt crack thing too.
It's my fault. I mean, like, I get it's my fault, but like,
can you not feel it? That like it's you can feel it, bro. Come on.
thought my shirt was covering it.
You don't double check? Like, check at least like once every like 2 minutes? I don't know, man.
Once every 2 minutes? I'm trying to learn math. Yeah, who am I kidding? Fuck math. Damn.
And you were in the cheerleader club or whatever. The cheerleader thing. I think a lot of people thought that was weird too.
There was other males there.
Was there? I thought there was only one.
I mean, I was the only straight one.
Maybe exactly being more weird. Like, fucking, why would a straight dude? Who am I to judge? But why would a fucking straight dude be in the cheerleader club unless you're trying to, hit on somebody?
Yeah, I was trying to hit on the school by showing my charisma.
Well, you did make a statement.
Yeah, there you go.
You're weird.
No, that's the statement that I made. Damn.
Yeah.
Ah, man, I guess you ruined my life.
What? I ruined your life?
What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
I was gonna make a joke. You also look weird. Hello? Hello? Oh fuck! If you guys don't know, he just left. I'm sorry. Should make a sound effect for that.
Yeah, you should make a sound effect for that.
Alright, it's been an hour. Want to make any closing statements?
Well, besides the fact that I learned my origin story was a complete lie, and I like to I like the idea that I learned how you yourself felt like you changed and developed into a proper human being, or at least a better human being over time since high school up to now. That's really interesting. Makes me
it's
think
it's it's
about
weird to
like
grow
whether
up.
I changed or not. And also, I learned that I'm weird because I'm nice, and that's a whole new development for me. I think I'm gonna go on the world just being a mean asshole now.
Oh shit. All I want to say is it was a nice conversation. Um,
It was definitely
yeah.
something weirdo.
All right, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for listening. I'm not sure if anybody will even listening to this bullshit, but that was the first episode of Forks and Spoons. Hope to see you guys again soon. Good night.
Mwah.